Hey y'all, Captain JJB84. Haven't done a film review in a while. I have the Elysium review ready, but I might have to refilm it because I didn't like it. But anyways, The World's End is hilariously apocalyptic, or apocalyptically hilarious. No joke. This is made by Edgar Wright and has Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. You know, they've done great films together. You know, Shaun of the Dead, great. Hot Fuzz, hilarious. I'd say this is the best one they've done. Just well, on the basis of the subject matter and like just all the stupidity in this. The premise is there are these five friends. They're led by Simon Pegg, Gary King. I don't remember their other names though. That's not really a complaint on the characters. Just I think one was named Pete, Ollie, Oman, and someone else. Anyway, Gary King, played by Simon Pegg. Anyways, when they were like kids, when they finished high school, they did this thing called the Golden Mile. 12 pubs, 60 pints, pretty much. You go there, each one takes a drink. Um, uh, anyways, but they never finished the Golden Mile when they were kids. They almost got there. Anyways, Simon Pegg wants to recreate that. Now, like, you know, when they're in like their 40s or whatever, they want to try it again. So anyways, he gets the gang back together and just somehow silly, just hilariously dumb bits. And Gary King, he's been through some really, like, strange heartaches and mayhem throughout his life. He's in rehab, he's in Alcoholics Anonymous and whatever. It's just great. And, like, no one really wants to do it because, you know, all his other friends don't really want to do it. Because they don't really have time, they just don't want to. It's something they did when they were kids. Anyways, they get there and just they start drinking and just all hell breaks loose. Just there's like these things. There's a great scene where they're like these weird like robot things and whatever. You can see them in the trailer. I'm not spoiling much. Anyways, there's these robot things. I think that I'm not gonna. It's great what they try to come up with them. They try to come up with a name for them. There's just a lot of great scenes, a lot of great lines, a lot of good British humor, and Pierce Brosnan has a hilarious cameo. Don't worry, it's not too obvious. He's in the whatever. But apart from that, I have nothing else to really say. I think it's just hilarious. It's funny. It's just Simon Pegg and Nick Frost at the. Nick Frost he feels like a smaller role, if that makes sense, than he did in previous films. He is in it, and so is Martin Freeman. Martin Freeman's in it. He's, oh man, he has a birthmark, funny birthmark on his face, or in his head, that's funny. Some great bits, and just the thing with Gary King, what makes his character so, like, just absurdly funny is that he can win any argument, like, he's always right. There's a great, just the ending of this movie is like, that's worth, like, the price of admission alone, like, just that. I know I'm not really saying much as to what I really liked about it, but it's one of those things, it's hard to be fairly objective with comedy, sort of saying, you know, what makes this funny. What makes it funny is that it's, I don't know, how you interpret it, I guess. But, like I said, the characters are very well done, the story is simple yet great, and yet gets very complex, especially towards the end. My parents enjoyed this. Yeah, I saw this with my entire family, and my parents enjoyed this a lot. Just strange, especially my mom, which is, you know, she's more into stuff like Woody Allen films. I'm not saying that Woody Allen films aren't good, but just more of, like, you know, people dramas, I guess. But apart from that, I have nothing else to say. I think this has gone on for quite a bit, so it's been a quick review. The World's End is, I think, up there in one of my favorite films of this summer. I might do a top 10 favorite films of this summer, probably next week, because I'm going to be going away from Monday to Friday. I might do it, like, when I'm away. I'll bring my laptop. Not like a whole, like, commentary, everything, just like, you know, quick 5-minute, like, just quick, like, you know, 2-minute video, just a slideshow, which ones I liked, and maybe put a reason or two. But apart from that, I have nothing else to say. This is getting a very strong 9.5 out of 10. Or 9 out of 10. The only gripe I have is, what's the only gripe I had? It felt a bit slow, I must say. Like, it just felt like, okay, they're going from pub to pub, okay. The pubs also have really great names, like the First Post, the Mermaid, the Two-Headed Dog, What else is there? The King's Head. But that's the thing with Gary. It's just like he is like he will do anything just to finish the Golden Mile, even after all like hell is breaking loose. I think a lot of good lines. I'll just pick one from the trailer. It's like that. It's like that's the same about the Three Musketeers. Oh, it was written by that. Who's it? That's the same about the Bible these days. It was written by the guy who wrote Three Musketeers. Everyone knows the Bible was written by Jesus. Okay, well I don't know if you remember the entire line. It's just one of those things you just remember. It's like, hey, remember that line? Yeah, that was so funny. So watch it with a bunch of friends, I would recommend. So, nothing else to say, really. It's hilariously apocalyptic, if that makes any sense. But good for me, so I recommend it. So see you later, and Edgar Wright, good job.